Guys, it's that time again. Every Siege season we go through and we take a look at the tournament brackets to see what kind of defenses are meta. Now, I'm sure you guys have already seen a lot of the meta defense. I'm really just concerned how many Lumes are in here. And I feel like if we see Lume in every single tower, this is going to be nerfed in the next... Speak of the devil, Lume and 2 revivers. So you got the strips, you got defense. Actually, you got defense breaks with the Nana and Lume. And then you also have strips with the Perna. Remember that too, is Perna's second skill strips now. I know some people in some people in the comments, because there's always some people in the comments, were trying to tell me that I was wrong. They're like, Perna doesn't strip, you idiot. I'm like... You guys don't know what Perna does now. Perna's not the same. Perna's not the same as it was years ago. Perna did get a buff. What, 6 months to a year ago, sometime around there. We do see some Chandras in here, which it's been a while since we've seen Chandra. Of course, Chandra with the buff, much more relevant now. And RTA as well. Skokos, little Skoklitos. Okay, we see Dominics. I'm sure we're going to see a bunch of Dominics. I'm curious to see. We should see the balance patch after Siege is done, but I'm curious to see. Is this a different tower? No, I don't. Yeah, it's a different tower. In every single season, every single one of these, I'm like, did we just click on the same tower? And it's always different towers. Well, it's not always different towers. Sometimes we actually do click on the same towers and take a look at the same things again accidentally, but wait a second. I mean, this is kind of, not everyone has talisman, but you know, you would think differently from these bases. All right, so we're seeing Chandra. I don't think I've ever hit these bases. This Chandra Lume Rakan base. So we've already seen multiple. We've seen multiple of them there. What else do we have? All right. I mean, I feel like we're just going to see a lot more of this kind of thing, so let's take a look. I mean, we're already taking a look, so I don't know why I say let's take a look. Let's take a look. What were we doing before? I'm not sure what we were doing before. All right. Oh, yeah, we're going to see a lot of Jokers, too. I kind of forgot about that, actually. Lumes and Jokers. I mean, they are... I'm just clicked on the same tower again. Yep. So we got some attack age boosts, we got some protects, we got a little tiny bit of heal. So the weakness on something like this is there's not really a lot of heal. But you got the strips, you got the damage, you got the potentially a pretty decent amount of damage from her as well. You can get a whole lot of dots stacked over the course of time. What else do we have? Some of these. All right. Can I click on this? I'm trying to pay attention if I'm clicking on the same things multiple times. These are actually different defenses than I was hitting this past, few couple this past few couple months. Oh, the commentary everyone knows and loves. The past few couple months. Okay. Yeah, so just stick Chandra, Nora, and a damage dealer. Got it. Got it. And Lumes, and there we go. We haven't really seen a whole lot of Claras in here just yet, which not that surprising, I suppose, because Clara was just replaced with Lume or Figaro. We'll take a look at these, and then we'll also take a look at kind of surprising to see that they probably just ran out of stuff. All right. What else do we have? Let's take a look at 7. Man, this is really the Chandra meta. Okay. One of the nice things, if you guys are new or casual players or whatever, and you're looking to build solid siege defenses, one of the tricks here is that this is just stacking things that revive or prevent death for one reason or another. Fast, multiple defense breakers, multiple sources of damage. Very strong. But you see, like Nanas, you see Yunus, you see Pernas, you see Theomars, either revives or prevents death. Same thing with Savannah is she prevents her own death by dismounting from the beast, right? So you have multiple different things here. Like you have to kill her. Like if you want to go for Savannah first, you have to kill her 4 times. So I know people already know that, but just wanted to comment on for newer or casual players that maybe didn't see previous ones of this. This is a different base, right? Because the other one we saw was 9. No, it wasn't 9. Yeah, different base, same stuff. But I mean, we see this all the time, right? Every siege. That's the point of siege, is just stack the same thing over and over and over and over again. Let's see, 7. All right, really haven't been seeing too much. See, well, I want to say I really haven't been seeing too much of the Fire Art Master since he was nerfed. So his scroll trap lasts not as long, and also he doesn't get the speed buff on skill 3 as well. So ever since that nerf, we really haven't been seeing too much of him. We see the Wind Bison for the first time today. We'll take a look at these on, we're on global right now. Sorry, I should have mentioned, hey, we see some more of these Chandras. Man, I'm seeing a lot more Chandras, or we are seeing a lot more Chandras today than I expected to see. I expected to see some Chandras in there. I expected to see Lu Mei in like every tower, but yeah, we're seeing more Chandras than I expected as well. I think Chandra's good, but it's just I'm surprised that we're seeing this many. So we'll take a look at these round 2s, the rest of these round 2s, and then we'll go off to Europe server. Did we already look at this? It's probably just similar defenses. Just wanted to double check that we weren't looking at the same thing we already saw. So this is base number 6. Let's take a look at there's just a lot of this. It's a lot of the same. It's always a lot of the same. So general, hey, there we go, some El Sharions. So generally when it's a lot of the same, I am concerned that I did something wrong and took a look at the same defenses multiple times. Let's take a look at 9. Kind of wonder if people watching this right now, they're like, I'm kind of curious to see what other guilds are running in their defenses, but also I want nothing to do with guild siege whenever it's not actually whenever I don't have to actually battle in it, because it's traumatic enough that it's just the same defenses over and over. It's traumatic enough, you're like, I don't want to take a look at guild siege defenses. I already had to watch them proc for 4 hours this week. Maybe not 4 hours. Now we're here on Asia server. I might have said that we were going to Europe server next, but Europe server is autoing some TOA right now, and I didn't want to interrupt that, so I don't think it really matters what order we do it in. If you want to see Europe first, you can skip to Europe first, in the timestamps or whatever, and then you can skip to Asia after that, or whatever. Hey, we see some we see some Monty. This is similar to a defense that I set up for one of my defenses. That didn't work. So, oh my goodness, I see some nasty ones of these because you don't need any attack or any crit damage. It just does basically pure damage. It like rebalances your HP, so you can just do like just fast with a lot of HP, a lot of tankiness, and a lot of damage mitigation. So I saw some really nasty ones. Since you don't need attack power, crit rate, or crit damage from those, you can focus all your stats other places. So. Keep that in mind. There's some super nasty stuff out there. All right, let's take a look. Yeah, we're expected to see a lot of these, and I expect to see some more. Again, this is Asia server, so it's fairly similar for the most. We're gonna see all the servers be fairly similar for the most part. Oh, there's a lot of Neptuses here. We should see some. Oh, I can't see China server unless I log in with the. There's some different ones. For some of these, sometimes when they run out, they stick some of the interesting non-samey defenses in. So the samey ones work best. Like when a defense is just stacked over and over and over and over again, then that works the best. That's the most effective to actually win. And look at all the different stuff here. I like to see defense. Like this is what I like to hate. is defenses like this, because then it's like, oh, I don't have to have 5 counters of this specific team. I could just hit this with one thing, hit this with another thing. I don't have to worry about, like, if it's Nana and if it's Nana, Lume, Perna, then I need 5 counters to Nana, Lume, Perna, where I could just take all different stuff against these ones. What are we on? 1? Did we already see these ones? There we go. All right, let's take a look at, what is this? Lazy time? Let's take a look at the next one. See some more Chandra Noras. All right. Little Dark Skoglitos. See some more Dominic Orion Rakans, which we saw a little bit earlier. For the most part, it's for the most part it's fairly the same, but of course it is. All right. There's some interesting stuff there. We see some actually, yeah. Actually, yeah. We see some Ophelias, which I was not expecting, to be honest. She was in there for a bit. It was Ophelia, Perna, and Tyrannus. And not Ophelia, Perna. Ophelia Theomars Tyrannus was for a while. For maybe not a while, for a little while. This is actually a pretty nasty defense. That is one of my highest, my highest win rate teams. Can we take a look at some of these, like 1, 2, 3, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 8, perhaps, and some 1, 2, 3s on the other side as well. We see this. Fairly similar to. Hey, oh, we haven't really seen any of the fire sniper yet today, have we? Now we see him. All right, what are we? Frenzy? Let's take a look at this then. Ethnos. Haven't seen any of those yet today. All right, fairly standard. This is a little bit different, although it makes sense, right? He's gonna choose a random target to HP balance, unless you have a target for him to HP balance, and then do a little defense break and possibly snipe on top of that. When I say possibly, you know, it's Guild Siege defense, so he's going to get 13 turns, and he's going to definitely 100% snipe your entire team. It's one of the beauties to that. We're on 11. Yeah. Man, I kind of want some more LDs. Not gonna lie. I know I have scrolls. I don't want LDs that bad. What are we on? 11? Wow, a lot of these are taken. There's a lot of Tian Langs in here. I don't know why I say that as if I am surprised. In theory, Tian Lang is not that hard to counter. If you see a defense, like for Siege, if you see a defense where he's in it, you're like, oh, I can just bring like a Triton attack gauge pushback. Bring other things that have attack gauge pushback without attack gauge increase that would trigger his passive. However, in practice, those units don't work because the only strip that actually works is Tiana. So, sorry, I've been traumatized. Yeah, we see some. So we do see some Ophelia Furnace. I feel like that's not a super nasty defense. I feel like I would try to. I would be like, can I take these? can I take these defenses? These are a little bit easier to hit than some of the other ones. Let's go see what's the last one. No disrespect or anything. I just, you know, it's all about the runes at that point, right? Well, I mean, it's always all about the runes, but it's less nasty toxic than some of the other stuff that we see all the time. One of the things to keep in mind for like this, anytime you see not this team specifically, but Geldnir, or if you're Malaka, Geldnir. Didn't we do some Malaka show? Whatever. Heal block. So when you see him there, although one of the benefits to having him here is for the speed, right? The speed lead, because he got a crazy speed lead for guild content. Wow, a lot of these are actually not available. I don't know why I say wow, as if that's somehow shocking. All right, some Monties. And again, super heavy damage mitigation for Monties. Anytime you see Monties there. I like the Kumar. It's nice to see because he really hasn't been too much of a thing since he first came out, right? Or I guess he can be, but now that he's got the leader skill, he's more relevant, of course. Where were we? Did we do these? Dark Robo. I don't think the Dark Robo is the greatest here, but it's nice to see him. It's nice to see some appreciation. I haven't been using him lately. So, hey, we haven't really seen too many, because you actually fight these during the season. We haven't seen any of these yet today, have we? The, what's her name? Hyenas? Hyenas? Or Hyenas? We see these in so much throughout the season. So very much. Can we take a look at what do we want to see opened? These 6, if we can. Some more of these. Just wanted to see if... I mean, these could also be just restacks of things we saw before. All right. We're... Oh, that was the last one that we could take a look at for Asia. I mean, we could take a look at the stuff from the first round, but I feel like we're just going to be taking a look at a lot of the same defenses, so may as well just do a little quicker and just take a look at the second round. Now we're here on the Europe server to take a look at all the Liu Meis and Chandras and the same exact defenses as all the... Well, there might be some different stuff over here. Mollies, which we really haven't seen. We've seen Mollies today. We just haven't seen... I feel like there's a little less than usual. Is it my imagination, or is there a little less than usual in the Molly? Interesting. On the Molly front. Seeing some more Fire Art Masters. I feel like we didn't see as many Fire Art Masters in the last. So this one doesn't have a whole lot of heals, and by a whole lot I mean this one doesn't have heals. So that is the drawback for there. Where are we? 11. I mean, if you have enough damage fast enough, you really don't need to worry too much about heals. It's all about YOLO, trying to take things out as much as possible. Again, another one where that's kind of the strategy that I would employ when I would hit something fast and aggressive is if you have passives, if you're tanky enough, maybe you can survive and just outlast them. So, what are we at? 12? Let's take a look at 4. Surprised to see... Well, I'm surprised to see that one there, actually. I feel like you could... Like, because there's not a crazy amount of damage here, right? So I feel like you could just take units with passives that are immune to CC. Like, for example, Water Lich could be solid here. It's immune to CC. There's going to be multiple AoEs triggering him. Another one is like the Light Jack-o'-lantern, which I am apparently the only one that likes to use the Light Jack-o'-lantern, but I think is a pretty solid unit. But that's just stuff that I would consider here. With this, there's pure damage. So there's a little bit more going on there, but you could still take... I feel like that's still... Like, you could still take Diana in there. Would be super strong. What are we at? 4? As soon as I say Mollies... See, now I'm just, like, looking for... you don't have to really look that far in Guild Siege for Mollies. But yeah. Alright, what are we on? Squad 0 and Origin. Let's take a look over here. More Kumars. This is just so, like, she's so potentially ridiculous insane. Which I know you guys know because a lot of you have seen the video yesterday. Where it's just like 5 of them versus dragons, not even fully scaled up. So these ones I feel a little bit less dangerous. You know, you say that until you actually fight them. You're like, oh, that doesn't seem that bad. And then you fight it and you're like, oh my god, what kind of runes are even on this? How did they... How fast are they? How much stats do they have? It's ridiculous. And then you go cry in a corner. See, this one, there's a lot of sustain. So destroy, and also Fire Assassin could be really nice here, right? So Theomars is the damage mitigation passive, by the way. I know a lot of people miss out on that. Decreases damage dealt from enemies with no harmful effects by 30%. Increases damage inflicted on enemies with harmful effects by 30%. Makes an enemy, they oblivion, but a lot of people miss out on his, or a lot of people forget about his damage mitigation passive. I've actually been using him against Mo Longs. I don't know where we were. I've been using him against Mo Longs because he doesn't. Also, remember, if you see some Mo Longs on defense, you can take monsters and fight the monsters with the fight Mo Long with the monsters. No, you could take. Oh, what am I even talking about, guys? What am I? Some people take the fire mummy. I personally don't take the fire mummy. I take. You could also take the fire unicorn. That's the one I was thinking of. But Tessarion is a super easy. You have to actually summon the fire unicorn, and then it's not necessarily great in all situations. But yeah, I think Tessarion is an underrated Mo Long counter. So what do we get? Zex and Peace 3. Let's. Oh. I mean, I suppose we're just trying to get a good idea of what's for where. So those Kinkies not as strong on paper, not as strong as they used to be after the guaranteed crits actually crits on Kinky. But see, that could still be like, these things can still be controlled, right? So you can still outspeed this and control and increase cooldowns. What is a water unit that increases cooldowns? Because I'm thinking water unit has element advantage. Well, you could also Alicia, which is going to be strong against this as well. What is a water unit that increases? Or also Linda would be solid there too. This is base 6 is just the same as base 4. Just FYI. Just another siege season of seeing the same units stacked over. I mean, it's not the same units as we've seen last siege season. There's so many Chandra Noras. Jeez. I mean, congratulations to Chandra for actually having more relevance currently. I don't know how long that's gonna last, but I should use Chandra more, actually. I really don't ever use Chandra. I feel like he's not that strong in Siege. Unless, like, I just feel like he's not that strong in Siege because you could just work around him, right? Because there's units, like, especially, like, for example, like the Water Sniper. His first skill just goes through the invincibility, right? Dragon Knights goes through the invincibility, so you can just kind of like ignore him and try to protect yourself from Mo Long Blast, and then go from there. I feel like the Water Sniper would actually be pretty solid there. Also, he's got the Strip skill too. So I got lost again because of course I did. We're on this one. This is actually not the one we just took a look at, right? Because this is, yeah, they just both happen to have the Pontos. So this is 5. Just wanted to give some thoughts, and of course, as soon as I give thoughts, I stop remembering what the heck I'm talking about. Well, maybe I never knew in the first place. How much do we have open right now? I feel like it's okay. Oh, we see another couple Claras. Actually, we haven't really seen that many. I mean, compared to Lumays, we've seen a crap ton of Lumays. We really haven't seen too many Jokers. I wonder if that's just because, you could take... Because there's a lot of people that still have a ton of Lulus built in high level. So I'm wondering if that's just like, oh, people are bringing Lulus into that. Or they're bringing Veramos or June, more Veramos. Veramos, Lulu, Lala. Also Water Dryad. I don't remember where exactly we were over here. But Water Dryad can just throw them back too. There's a couple units like that. So 12. All right, 9. Okay. And then we're seeing some more of the same. Man, some of these units, some of these defenses don't look too... Oh, I would love to hit this. Like things like that. I just love to hit like things that are not super fast that you could just like outspeed and casually control. And I say that, right? I say that, but again, you don't like you have to actually control them and not get resisted and not have them violent proc out of things and then start doing crazy nonsense to you. So that's the key. That's the trick there. We got 4. Interesting to see the Daumon. Is that her name? There? Yeah, Daumon. Because this was buffed so that you can't revive. Disturbs HP recovery. Enemy defeated by this attack cannot be revived during battle. So, yeah, aside from that, not a crazy amount of damage. You have the additional damage from this, but we already took a look at this tower. I know. I just wanted to double check. All right, so we see some more Chandras. Very surprising there. Some Theomars. I say some Theomars. There's like one Theomars there. Really, it's Chandra's. This is the last one, I believe, right? Yeah. Aside from these, which again is like some of the same guilds. So I just wanted to show, like we do every time there's a siege tournament. I just wanted to show the meta defenses and get some conversation going on around them. It's Liu Mei's time to shine. That's really what it is. I'm curious to see what gets buffed and nerfed in the upcoming balance patch. It should be a good one. There should also be some other stuff around it that's good. I actually do like this recent patch more than I thought I would. I'm kind of just bummed that it wasn't a balance patch, but you know, it's not that surprising considering we still have Siege Tournament going on, so they're just waiting until after the Siege Tournament to do it. Anyway, that's it for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully you guys got something out of it. Just build a billion Liu Meis. That's the strategy. I will see you as always in the next one.